Yo, what's going on, Team Tweedie? I hope you're all super well. Welcome to episode 31 of #AskTweedie, the football show where you send in your football-related questions. I do my best to answer them, and sometimes I have this guy on the show.
What's going on?
Jay, have you ironed your shirt this time?
Just a little bit more iron.
Let's just say last time, I had the comments up just before, you got roasted.
Yeah, it's funny.
Bloody hell, iron your shirt, Jay.
You know what's funny? My mum actually sent me a message saying,
No way.
you need to iron your shirts. She watched the video.
Tell Jay to iron his shirt.
No, my drink down, there you go.
Isn't there a dry cleaner in Crawley to iron Jay's shirt?
Yeah, we both got roasted a bit though. Someone said about haircuts.
Oh yeah, is there any barbers in Crawley? Damn, guys.
No, it's not, guys.
No, I need to get my haircut. But anyway, we're going to crack right into it. Today, well, last one we spoke about Leicester City, didn't we?
Yeah.
I don't want to go into detail about that this video. We might do that in the next one.
Cool.
Today, I want to talk about your time at Accrington Stanley, who are a League 2? Yeah, League 2 side. So Jay was with them. I want to break it down and give you guys as much, I'd say, value and insight into his opportunity there, because I'm also interested. I want to hear how he got it, what it was like, why he left, how everything. So starting off, I guess, how did you get the opportunity at Accrington?
Same way I got the opportunity at Leicester. Same dude.
Same guy.
Yeah.
So that was through, what was it, the academy?
The
Academy.
academy.
Academy?
No, that was in the Australian Academy.
Right.
So AFI.
AFI Academy. And so they linked you up with Leicester.
Yeah.
And then you finished with Leicester, went back to the academy, and then they linked you up with Accrington.
Yeah, so it was Leicester, then Fab.
Yeah.
Then back to Australia playing for Mounties.
Yeah.
Then was training with the academy still, and then to Accrington.
Right. Okay. So how old were you when you went to Accrington?
I would have been 19.
19. Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, that's like last year.
It was the start of last season.
Right. Okay. So
At the very start.
Did you do pre-season with them?
Like a month before, I think.
Wait.
So no, I think I did a month
Of pre-season.
I think I came a month into the season.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you joined them.
Yep.
Did you play any league games?
No.
You just trained. Did you train every single session, or did they just invite you in for some sessions? How did it work?
I was in the club every day.
Okay.
So
Literally every day?
every single day that
Monday to Sunday?
No, every day that the club was training.
Okay.
So any day that the second team, which is the 18s, or the first team were training, I was there.
Yep.
So that usually meant Wednesdays we had off.
Okay, right.
So it was Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yep.
For the first probably up until probably February, so like 6 months, I was training pretty much exclusive with the first team.
Right.
And then they were having troubles in the league themselves, so they sort of asked us to just train with the 18s for a little bit.
When you say us, who's that?
So there's a few of us that were training with the first team there.
And not playing.
They're not playing, yeah.
Right.
And a few of the actual like guys that were signed on pros, they were like 18, 19, that
Right.
they just said, don't come to the first team training, come to the 18s training.
Yeah.
So it went through a stage of probably training with the first team twice a week and training with the youth team twice a week.
Right, okay. That's
So it wasn't too bad. It was just not full time with the first team. No.
Did you notice a big difference between the 18s and the first team?
Yeah.
What was the difference?
With the 18s, I was. See, it sounds cocky, but I was bigger than them, obviously, because I was older, and it was a lot easier.
In what ways? Like, obviously, you say strength, so they're going to be a lot younger than, well, not a lot, but they're going to be
2 years younger, yeah.
Yeah, 2 years, a year younger, so you're going to be stronger than them. What did you notice in the football sense? Like, was the ball speed slower? Like, were the touches just worse?
No, they weren't. They were good players.
Right.
But it just wasn't the same. Like, you could tell there was a massive difference.
Yeah, right.
It's hard to pinpoint what it was. Probably the pace.
Yeah.
Probably the intensity of the sessions as well.
I think the big difference between those even lower teams and lower age groups is that when you get older, you gain a greater understanding of space. So if we're younger, this much space for me and you, like, that's not a lot.
Mm.
But if I'm an older player, I'm like, man, that's a lot of space. So I understand I need to close that down quicker.
Yeah.
So they understand, and that's where people say it's a lot faster. It's just you have less space.
Yeah,
people
definitely.
say less time, but like your space is closing down. So then you need to be smarter, find pockets of space where pockets of space aren't there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I think about it. But so you were training with the first team for 6 months?
Yeah, pretty much.
Exclusively, okay. And do you think you improved over that time?
Yeah, a lot.
In what way, and why do you think you improved with them rather than training with, say, the 18s for 6 months?
Getting used to playing at that pace.
And have you ever played at that pace before?
Definitely not.
Right.
Maybe at Leicester.
Yeah.
But not for a consistent amount of time like that.
Yeah, 6 months.
You just get used to playing at a higher pace. Get used to getting tackled like hard.
Smashed, yeah.
Get used to giving tackles like that and not having to feel bad like you hurt someone or anything like that, because that's just part of the game. It's like accepted. Like if you go to, even at Crawley a bit now, when you tackle someone hard, it'll give you a bit of a look and it's a bit of bad blood for a second. And then as soon as you get off the pitch, obviously it's fine, but
it's like I said in the last episode, like you just shake it off after.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, but at Accrington it was like, no, going for the hard tackle and no one's going to say anything to you.
Yeah.
They might just give you a hard one back the next one, but they won't know how you are.
Yeah, that's the thing about the professional level. I think everyone knows that everyone's competing for a spot, so you kind of just understand if someone's going in hard. It's like, okay, I understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're a kid, it's like, wow, you nearly broke my leg.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I think that's the biggest difference. So, when you weren't playing at all?
No.
Not with any team?
Well, that was when I was playing with the Welsh team.
So, how far is Accrington from the Welsh team? And what's the name of this Welsh team?
So, Buckleytown.
Buckleytown, right?
Yeah.
How far was that? And how often did you train with them? Like, how often did you play? Was you starting?
So, I was based in Wigan.
Okay.
So, it's about an hour north of Accrington.
So, you travelled an hour?
Yeah. But that was with, like, where I was staying, the goalkeeper coach was running the house, so he would take us in with him every day.
Oh, right.
So, it wasn't a problem with travel. They had, like, this little minibus sort of thing. And then when I went to Wales, I was getting lifts or I was getting train rides.
How long would that take?
Like 2 to 3 hours.
And how often would you train with them?
Oh, I think it was 3 times a week.
So you're doing 4 times a week with Accrington and then 3 with the Welsh team.
Yeah.
How did you find that?
It's fine.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Were you doing gym sessions as well?
No, so when I was at Accrington, because we were training so much, I sort of slacked off in the gym a little bit.
Yeah.
To be fair, because I wasn't that I was tired. It didn't need to be done at the time.
Yeah.
I was focusing more on getting better in the football aspect.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I knew I wasn't going to be playing games for them. I came to the realization I wasn't going to be playing games for them. Right. I was like, let's learn as much as I can from this experience now.
Yeah, exactly.
And then in the off season, and then next season, I'll go back into the gym.
Right. See, I think if you did the gym work, you would have died.
Yeah, I would have been. Yeah, I probably would have suffered because of it. So
yeah.
There's no point getting injured over a few weights.
Yeah. So 7 times a week. Did that leave any time for you to do individual training?
Didn't really need to do individual training at that time because I was doing so much.
Yeah. So
if you're doing a lot of team training, and you can't really force yourself to do individual training.
No way.
No.
I think it's smart. Like I would take 7. I think 7's a lot with a game on the weekend. I think that's a lot, and I think you need to build yourself up to it.
Yeah.
Like it's like with anything. If you do a 45-minute plank, there's no way you can do that right now.
Yeah.
No chance in the world. But if you do 2 minutes and you do 3 minutes,
you work
4
right out.
minutes,
Yeah.
5. It's like you do 4 sessions a week. All right, I'm going to do this for a couple of weeks. Now I'm going to do 5 sessions a week. Now I'm going to do...
It's like when you bench press 40 kilos and you go next week.
Exactly.
51,
and so you just build up your muscle and your body endurance.
It's your muscular endurance, yeah.
Exactly. And so I think you were at that point where you could do 7 and then play a game.
Yeah.
Now, if you tried doing 7, what are we training, like 3-4 times a week?
Yeah.
If you tried doing 7 now, and me as well, would die.
Yeah, but I think that also has to do with like the mental aspect of it.
Right.
Like when you're in a state where you're training so frequently, and so intensely every time. You get in a state where you're just like,
yeah,
everything else shuts off. I'm playing football.
Yeah.
You don't even you finish the session, you might not even remember what you did.
Yeah.
Because you're so focused on just finishing a set, like getting through sessions.
Yeah, and adrenaline, like there would still be adrenaline there, especially for you because you're in a professional club. Like,
yeah.
You're not just training to train.
Yeah,
you're training in a professional club with some very good players.
But coming back to that, the whole mental aspect is if you've been training 7 times a week, there's nothing to say when you go down to training 3 or 4 times a week. Going back to 7 days a week, I feel like you could go straight back into it.
You think so?
Definitely. Because you have that mentality that, like, I always used to have the mentality, like, after I went to Leicester, I was like, I've seen the best of the best.
Yeah.
I'm not going to see anyone better in any other lower levels. So I know what this team's capable of, so I'm going to expect nothing more than what I saw at Leicester.
How often were they training at Leicester?
It was 4 days a week as well.
Right, okay.
I think they had 1 day off and then they played a game on the weekend.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, so, but obviously when you're doing 7 sessions, something else has to suffer.
Yeah.
And that was
the gym work, yeah.
Or you could do 4 sessions, 3 at the gym, whatever it is, there's definitely, you can do, I would love 7 team sessions, that'd be insane.
Awesome.
Because, like, in team sessions, like you say, you might forget what you do after, but in individual sessions, if you try and do an hour and a half individual sessions 7 times a week, are you mad?
Yeah.
Like, no chance, because for an hour and a half, I think a lot of players think, like, individual sessions, it's all about time. You go down, I did an hour and a half, sick. Yeah. It's like, you didn't do an hour and a half. You sat there, you mucked it. Like, when we go and do our session, let's say we go for an hour. We don't work that hour.
No.
We do, like, 40 minutes. We might just talk for a little bit as well.
Yeah.
There's chasing the ball.
I feel like, for me, personally, when I was younger, individual sessions with like a coach were really beneficial.
100%.
But now for me, because obviously we go to football now because we want to do it as a job.
Yeah.
So when we go to a Monday session, we're not thinking, oh, let's go have fun today. We're thinking, oh, I've got to play football today. Let's focus. When I have the individual sessions with you, it's more like, I'm going to enjoy it. Like, let's go play football.
Let's learn and improve, but let's also enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Like, you can get to the point, and like I said in a video a couple of days ago, or whenever, last week, it's like, oh man, I'm not liking football anymore. You need that enjoyment, otherwise you're just going to lose the passion for it.
Well, it's like sort of like an art. You have to express yourself a little bit sometimes.
Yeah. So you were training 7 times a week, playing a game on the weekend. Did you start for the team in Wales?
I only ended up playing 8 games for him in total because I joined them towards the end of the year.
So you did 8 weeks, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of that.
And so, did you start? Did you come off the bench? What were you doing?
I think I might have started once or twice.
Right.
But it was towards the end of the season. They were fighting relegation, and they already had a few players in the fullback positions.
And what league were they in?
The 2nd division in Wales.
That's decent.
So like the championship, but they ended up getting relegated to the next division down. So,
why did you leave all of that? So you're at Accrington, you had Wales. What happened? Take us through it.
So I got an agent. Well, I had an agent in London.
Right.
And she basically said, "Come down, we'll go trial at Crawley."
Okay.
And I turned up in, I think it was April.
Last year, yeah.
Turned up in April. There was a trial day sort of thing, so they had all the players that they were looking at, and they played an 11v11 game in the stadium pitch, and just had a look at all the players and stuff. And I played right back that day. Played the full 90. Our coach Tolga was there. Did quite well. Got an assist for a goal from across.
I remember
the game finished 1-1.
Yeah.
And then from there, I got told to come back to Crawley for the next season.
Yeah.
And that's why I came to Crawley.
Right. And was the opportunity still open to go to Accrington and be there and be in Wales?
Yeah, I could have stayed on there, but I felt like I'd sort of, when you go to a club and you go there as someone that's not experienced, and you're there to learn, and it's very obvious that you're not at the same level yet. I feel like first impressions are a massive thing,
right?
And if you're not at that level when they first see you, they sort of ride you off a little bit. That's how football's always been. That's how football is.
Yeah. And I don't want to go into this too much because there's some things that we just can't talk about. But obviously, when you came to Crawley and when I came as well, there were things that were said where we were going to be. Was it ever said that we're going to be in a league?
When I first came, it was a very much like it was sort of tiptoed around.
Yeah,
we didn't know.
Yeah, but there was talks of money involved,
yeah,
which makes things very attractive, of course.
Yeah.
But things like football is sometimes it doesn't go the way you would have liked it.
Yeah.
Like if I was getting paid at Crawley, like that'd be sick.
Yeah.
But what can you do?
Can't do anything about it now.
So, with all of that in mind, I know this might be a tough question to answer.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have, if you had your time again, would you stay in Crawley, like go to Crawley?
Yeah.
Or would you, I know what my answer would be,
mm-hmm.
or would you be in Accrington
mm-hmm.
and be in Wales?
I think I would probably still come to Crawley.
Right.
Yeah.
See, for me, I would 100% go Accrington. And this might just be because I haven't done it.
Mm.
But for me, I would go Accrington and Wales because I want to play.
Mm.
And being in Accrington, like, you've already experienced it, so it's different. But for me, like, being in...
massive,
yeah, exactly. So you've already done it for a year. It's like, you can only do it for so long.
Mm.
But yeah, I would 100% go down that route.
I'd say, knowing what I know now, in hindsight, like seeing how I've improved a lot, and like I can feel that I've improved a lot.
Yeah.
And just seeing it in my own personal game when I play on the Mondays and stuff compared to when I first came.
Yeah, I guess
I feel like the benefits of coming to Crawley, even though like obviously I would have improved action as well.
Of course.
I feel like the biggest thing at Crawley was the confidence sort of thing where you're playing with people your age.
Yeah, and you're seen as a player, not a trainee or trialist or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, so like the other day when there was less players at the session, and so in my head sort of thing, like there's a few players that've been there since the first like session we had.
Yeah. And
like I felt like I was one of the leader sort of players.
Yeah, exactly.
So you take on that role and you work your socks off and you do well and you have a bit of confidence about you.
It's like something completely different because you can't be a leader in Accrington.
No.
No way. Especially they'll just put you down.
No. Yeah,
you can try, but you have to have a very strong character for that.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't get that character from just being like, oh yeah, I'm going to be a leader today.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's going to conclude this one. How long have we got? 18 minutes.
That's a long ass Tweedie.
Yeah, so man, if you guys enjoyed this one, it's almost like a podcast thing. I think that was sick. We went into so much detail about that.
That's cool.
Thanks for coming on, Jay.
No worries, mate.
If you guys want to see more of Jay, let me know in the comments.
I'll be here all week.
All week?
All week, mate.
No, God. Anyway, that concludes episode 31 of #AskTweedie. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, join the #AskTweedie family. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.